Alright guys, we are back, and I am going to be kind of looking off to the side of the screen for most of this one because that's where my TV is, and it is non-laggy. Yes, I had to get an entirely new TV out from storage to set it up because that is the second TV I've had that's died on me in 2 months. They're both pretty old, so it's not entirely unexpected, but yeah, that's very frustrating. And it better not kill this TV because it's my little gaming TV that I had when I lived down in Tasmania. Okay, so we are in this delectable canyon, and I can actually move without lag. So we've got some rose hips, everything is kind of annoyingly dark for me, but as you can see I'm moving a lot more surely. I am not walking into any walls at all yet. I don't think I'll ever be able to gather any old man's beard lichen because every time I try and look at stuff against like a dark background, I can't see a whole lot of detail. I turned my TV brightness way up in the hopes that it would help, but I don't think it really has. Ooh, sticks. Okay, sticks are very helpful when you, as I at the moment, do not have anything that will burn for very long, which means that I can start a fire, but I cannot subsequently keep it going. I apologise profusely for the buzzing static sound. I think that's because I'm having to use my computer audio, my computer microphone. Ooh, coal. Okay, coal's handy. So watch what I can do with coal, guys. I can go into my navigation menu and no? But I just picked up coal. Oh no, it's charcoal. Charcoal that I can use in my navigation menu. Oh, I've never actually seen coal before. Right, okay, coal is probably a good fire fuel then. Right, okay, good times, good times. Sorry, if it had been charcoal, I could draw a bit of a map and get a kind of rough feel for where I am. This is a pretty cool area. I'm liking that I'm sheltered from the wind. Ooh, look, there's a log up there that I reckon I could probably use as a bridge at some point, provided I can get up there. Yeah, I don't have a hatchet, so I can't break down any big limbs, which is a pity, because I wouldn't say no to some decent chunks of firewood at the moment. Basically in this game I treat hypothermia and the temperature gauge as more of a general nuisance rather than something that's really a huge concern. Like, combined with a bunch of other issues, the hypothermia and the cold can be a big problem. But just on its own, if you're sort of well fed and you're not too tired, you are generally okay if you're, a bit cold. You can't actually lose like fingers or anything in this game, or not that I've discovered yet. So yeah, the hypothermia is kind of one of the, ooh, is that a corpse? Yes, corpse. Okay, so corpses, are really good because you get a lot of crow feathers, because you can see that there's some crows circling up there. I don't know if they're for this corpse actually. So you can always find corpses by following the sounds of the crows, unless it's nighttime. And the crow feathers are really useful if you are trying to make arrows. They're good fletching. What is that? Is it spiky? What do I need? Hatchet. Okay, that makes sense. Right, okay, I've never seen that before, scrub brush. So I'm guessing I can't walk through it? Yeah, okay. Cool. these big old trees here that you're thinking like, yeah, look at all that sexy wood that you can maybe harvest to, you know, light a fire with or something. Nope, you cannot cut down these big old trees. You've got to look for like those big cedar limbs that you saw earlier that have been knocked down. And you've got cedar and fir, which are kind of two main fire ones. Fir is generally your better bet for firewood, but yeah, see, this is a cedar limb that you can hack up if you have a hatchet, and you can get chunks of firewood from it. But at the moment, we're just going to be picking up sticks, and yeah, wondering if there's any shelter around here. Bulrushes, guys, cattails. So they are both edible. And also really good tinder for starting fires. Yeah, so I only started out with one tinder plug this time around, which is, you know, not quite so ideal. Stones you can apparently theoretically kill rabbits with, or at least stun them. If you're needing meat, but I apparently have about as good aim in this game as I have in real life, which is to say I would be pressed. Ooh. So I have really terrible aim in real life. I couldn't hit the broadside of a barn if it was 5 feet away from me, which is quite embarrassing. And in this game, yeah, I have roughly the same aim. I like to think I'm slightly better with guns in real life than I am in this game, but I've only ever shot like a little air rifle before. So, you know, while I like to think I'd be able to hit, say, a deer in real life, wouldn't be putting money on it, is all I'm saying. Now, I'm used to playing in Mystery Lake, as I said last time, so I am used to there being a reasonable amount of human habitation around, but I suspect that there will not be quite as much. This is like a big old empty area, and it's sort of weirding me out. I don't really know where I should be going. Oh, okay, there's a bridge up there, but I'm not up there. I'm on the ground. See, in Mystery Lake, there's a lot of, like, kind of ravines that you can sort of figure out, you know, you want to follow them, and they'll generally lead to, like, water, or they'll lead to a house or something. Yeah, there's a lot of human habitation in Mystery Lake, which I'm getting the feeling from this so far that I should not be relying on getting a whole lot of free food and equipment from human habitation here, which is why I'm picking up so many reeds. Yeah, so it says frostbite risk. Because I'm really cold, you can see down on the left my temperature icon is red and has been that way for a while. Now, I've never actually suffered frostbite. I do know that if you're like really hypothermic and kind of cold, it all goes kind of blurry around the edges of your vision, and you start sort of stumbling. This game's really nice for just like its general attention to detail, I find. It seems to be picking up. Visibility's dropping. This looks like a blizzard. Oh! Oh, that was a bad time. That was a bad time. Okay, that was a clip. Congratulations. First clip walked off of. Right, yeah, okay, so bandages. Help with sprains. Also good if you get attacked by moose and have broken ribs. Ask me how I know that, because I'm sure you can't guess. And then we've got painkillers for that wrist pain. Now, the other thing we want to do, okay, so, because it's snowing, of course, all my clothes are wet, that's why I'm so cold. Okay, worn, decent, so your clothes can be, like, new, which is great. They can be decent, which is pretty good, like, they're not too bad in terms of their durability. Worn is when you start going, oh, that's a bit, like, low kind of durability. And ragged is sort of the worst. It means it's really, like, getting to the end of its life. I could harvest the driving gloves if I was really concerned that these boots might be breaking. Because realistically, I'd probably prefer to have shoes than gloves in the wild. I have sensitive, delicate little feet that don't really like standing on stones, you see. Also, my feet are the only bit of me that really gets, like, cold. I'd be wandering around in this and being like, oh yeah, this isn't too bad. But as soon as my feet are even out of, like, socks, they're like, oh no, it's freezing. And this is, like, in 30-degree weather as well. It'll be like, oh, it's really hot, the rest of you sweating, but your feet are pretty chilly. I'm like, oh, can we not though? Okay, so this is a branch, which is different from a stick and different from a limb. So I'm able to break down branches just with my bare hands and get a bunch of sticks out of them, which is handy. Unlike the limbs, which require a big old hatchet. Like, I haven't seen any rabbits yet, any deer. You guys might need to keep an eye out for, like, moose markings. So this game, if there's moose in the area, you see how we've got all these trees here? The moose will scratch and make, like, marks on the trunks of nearby trees to indicate its territory. So if you kind of see, like, a roughed up tree with scratches on it, you know that there's a moose nearby. Now, you might be thinking, moose, just big deer, right? What's the problem? Free food? No, moose are vicious. Moose will attack the ever-loving heckins out of you. And while you can totally fight off, like, your wolves and stuff, mooses and bears, ooh, okay, bitter marsh. Mooses and bears will just basically give you, like, an animation of you being mauled, and then you black out, and you hopefully wake up severely wounded and bleeding, but still alive. Right, okay, good. So this is an ice fishing hole. Now, if I remember correctly, I have... Yes, okay, I have tackle, but I don't think I have anything... I don't have any tools to break this ice with, which is annoying. So this is a broken down ice fishing hut, which is really handy because they have a little stove so you can stay nice and warm and you can cook your fishes when you catch them, and they've obviously got the little fishing hole. But because it's really cold, I'm sure you guys hadn't realised that it's very cold in northern Canada in the middle of winter. Because it's very cold, obviously, the ice hole will freeze over after a while, and they always start out 100% frozen. So you've got to find, like, a hatchet or a pry bar, axe, basically anything sort of, like, big and chonky that you can use to smack around that ice and show who's boss. And then, once you've done that, you can fish in the ice hole and catch yourself some dinner. Fishy. As I'm sure you're all... Oh, okay, no, that's just a deer. Nobody panic. For a second, I thought it was a wolf. Okay, so there is some deer down here. And yeah, deer are non-threatening. They will just chill out and kind of run away from you. And you need a something with bullets to take them down. I have tried sneaking up on them and trying to, like, stab them with a knife, but apparently that's not realistic, so, you know, I think that's a bit rude. Okay, can I get up there? Because that did kind of look like there was, like, maybe a tower up there, and that deer didn't seem to be having troubles, but this seems like it's probably a bit steep for me, as a pathetic little human with only my two leggies. I would have considered chilling out in that ice fishing hut if it had had a roof, but as it is, it's not really the best shelter. Like, it's not going to warm up very much, and it's not going to protect me from the snow, which is what's giving me issues at the moment. Okay, yeah, like I said, so we've got some rose hips, which are really good for making, like, tea and stuff in. These are also reishi mushrooms, or reishi mushrooms, I don't know how to pronounce it. And what they are is also good for your stomach, I think? No, antibiotic, I lie. That's hella lie. And you've got to prepare them both before you can do anything with them, like cook them. Ooh, oh, that's pretty. That's a waterfall. Oh, that's nice. That's also really kind of useless to me, but very pretty nonetheless. I kind of wonder what happened to all the trees and stuff here. It's looking very, like, what was that forest in Japan? No, Russia, I think? Tunguska? No, there's like a forest that had a really weird, like, cataclysmic event that knocked down all the trees in a perfect circle around it, and no one ever really knew what had like caused it. At least that was the last I heard. I haven't actually looked it up in years. But yeah, I'm kind of getting very sort of creepy vibes from these trees, which is cool, but what I'd really prefer to be getting would be some chunks of wood. That's crouching. There we go. It's just like, what button makes me run again? There we are. Alright, trees. Tree stick? Shelter. No, neither. Rock. Oh no, look, you can see my health was going down. I really need to, like, find some shelter. Oh, you can see I'm getting all blurry around the edges. Yeah, hypothermia is setting in, baby. Okay, right, let's build a fire. Yep. Okay, so you have pretty decent chance of starting a fire, like better than I would ever have on my own in the outside. Now we're only burning a stick at the moment, which, as I'm sure you can imagine, not going to last for long. But if I chuck some coal in there, yeah, look at that, that's given me like at least an hour. And I'll basically just throw a whole bunch of sticks on too. Now while I'm at it, ooh yeah, see, this hypothermia is not doing me a good time. I may as well melt some water, and then I'll get out the bedroll because you can see that my alertness is going down. I'm not sort of in the danger zone or anything for it yet, but I'm pretty chilly. Pretty sleepy, sorry. And so I'll have a bit of a nap. Hopefully that water won't have boiled away in the meantime. I only went for an hour because I needed to... Yes, okay, I'm going to drink some water. And then I'll put in some more snow to melt. Because obviously if you leave stuff too long, it's going to be a problem for you. Now, I will scroll on over to my crafting menu. Now I have some cloth, so I could make some bandages, but I don't want to waste the cloth because then I can't repair my clothes. I should probably check out what I've broken that for because I don't think it's going well. What I'm looking for, yes, I want to prepare myself some rose hips and some reishi mushrooms because that way, if I need to cook them, I have got them prepared. I always kind of imagine that reishi mushrooms are sort of, quite nice. Okay, my water is nearly boiled, so I'm just going to wait for that, and then I'm going to take it. Oops, no, I'm going to drink it. Pushed the wrong button. This is what happens when your screen is too small and too far away for you to read properly. And then I'm basically just going to crash for 6 hours. The difficulty level that I'm playing on at the moment is thankfully the one that wakes me up if I'm freezing my butt off, because otherwise you can just like die in your sleep. Yes, okay, so see, I am failing to start a fire here at the moment. I'm not too concerned. If I was really worried, like if I could hear wolves or anything, I'd probably be using the accelerant to get this fire started real quick. Because it increases your chances of starting a fire and also gets it started a lot faster. So, let's add some fuel. Okay, so I don't have any more fuel, but this campfire will burn for a while. How long? Okay, a couple of hours. That's nice. Right, so I'm going to drink some of this because it'll give me a nice bit of calories as well. Oh yeah, I got the beef jerky off of that corpse. Right, okay, nom 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 nom, beef jerky. We'll eat a couple of cattails. I'm sure they are disgusting to eat. I can only imagine it's like chewing on a stick. Eat some cattails, get my health up, and then I'm gonna go back to sleep. because I am still very tired. Yeah, see, I'm so tired that I'm actually at risk of, like, injuring myself with that sprain risk warning. Like, even just, you know, flat there, no problem. Campfire. Okay, so, charcoal. It's always a good idea to pick some up when you can, because it is so cold. Excellent for mapping your way around the place. It will produce a map. I'd show you, but it's the middle of the night, and apparently if I can't see anything, I can't map. Who would have guessed? I am walking forward at the moment. I have no earthly idea where to. For all I know, I'm walking into a wall right now. But yeah, so I basically can't really stay where I am. Like, I could, but that would be really boring for everybody involved, because I'd just be sitting there in the dark. Instead, I can just assure you that I'm walking in the dark, and you can believe me. Oh, I'm crouching. I'm going so slowly. And basically at this point, if I fall asleep because I'm too tired, even if I wrapped up in my bedroll right now, I'm gonna die. Yeah. Basically, I don't think I'm gonna do well here. This was, Ash Canyon. Well played, you ridiculous asshole. Yeah, this was a big change from Mystery Lake. I am used to there being, like, way more shelter and way more kind of just, I want to say stuff to do. Like, this was very much drop into the middle of the wilderness and go for it, and I was not prepared. Okay, yeah, I'm dead. Too cold. Not done well. So, tell you what, we'll go into Mystery Lake, and I'll kind of show you what it looks like when I know what I'm doing and I'm familiar with the area. And we will sort of we'll come across a couple of exits from Mystery Lake. I know where there's at least one that I can definitely get to, and then I know there's at least a couple more around. Oh, there's one by the huts too, isn't there? So I know where there's at least 2 exits, which, if you want me to leave Mystery Lake after I've got some stuff, we can do that. But yeah, if there's any other games that you'd be interested in me playing, let me know. I've got a whole bunch of, like, RPGs that I've sort of been saving for streams, because I figure it's always more fun if you're starting with me on the exploration rather than me going, oh cool, I'm playing, like, Dark Souls and I'm partway through, so you could just come in and chill with me and have no idea what's going on. Dark Souls probably isn't the greatest example, purely because A, I am partway through Dark Souls at the moment, and B, it's not got, like, it's got a lot of intricate lore, but it's not got a huge amount of story. It's very much the answer to why am I doing this thing is always because I'm trying to figure out where to go and what to do. Like, you don't need to know the lore or the story so much to appreciate it. But I think I've got the Grand Legacy at the moment. I've got Goetia, which I have played before, but it's a very pretty game. That's pretty short as well. Like, I wouldn't mind playing that at some point. I'm thinking about getting Kirby, the new Kirby. I've played the demo for it and had pretty good fun swallowing big old cars and traffic cones, so I wouldn't mind having a go at that. Okay, yeah, see, there's some deer. Yeah, I've got Thief Simulator, which I don't think has a story or anything, but I'm kind of curious about playing that at some point. Let's see. Okay. Oh, I'm in the clear cut. Awesome. Right, so we can hear some crows in the background, so that means there's a corpse somewhere nearby. because corpses are always a good thing to loot. You know, respect for the dead and all that, but at this point, I need what you've got on you. Corpse? Oh, nothing. Okay, if you find an empty corpse, often it's because their stuff is kind of lying around on the ground. It's often a good way to find rifle cartridges, ammunition, occasionally knives and things. This guy just seems to have been an absolute resourceless bum. So, no appreciation for you, sir. Or ma'am. Just get out and come back when you've got more loot on you. Okay, yeah, so just a whole bunch of stones here, nothing very exciting. Okay, so this is a delicious, delicious billboard sign. And the reason it's a delicious, delicious billboard sign is because what it's pointing to is a big old lookout tower. Now, like I said, I've explored Mystery Lake a lot, so I know that this particular lookout tower is all busted up and broken. We're going to get to the top, and there's going to be absolutely no shelter, but what there is going to be is a corpse, there's going to be a bunch of reclaimed wood that I can use for fuel, and also for some crafting recipes. There's often a book up there, there's a little bit of food along the way, and there is, importantly at this difficulty level, the chance of a shotgun spawn, which is both a really good thing to have and also a really bad thing to have. It's great because it means that you can like shoot wolves and you can hunt deer. It's bad because your aim is really quite catastrophic in this game. Or my aim, at least, is really quite catastrophic in this game. And it also gives you this false sense of bravado and security, which, as I was discussing before in the earlier stream, which, yeah, I was describing in the previous stream, how I may have decided to pick a fight with a bear in my previous run through of this game, which, yeah, I'm sure you can all imagine, absolutely not the brightest idea I've ever had in my life. It didn't end well. I had a plan. This is reclaimed wood, which is basically what you get if you break down like wooden items in this game, and it's very handy. You know, it burns pretty well, and it can be used to craft some items. More feathers for the eventual bow and arrow that I'm going to make. Okay, yeah, so if this was a nice spawn of this game, right here, next to this dude, would be a rifle. That's kind of why he has, like, the rifle cartridge as well. So you've got a little bit of ammunition. Okay, so this is finally charcoal. Not coal, like in the previous one. This is charcoal. So, what you can do with charcoal is survey the local area, and it will highlight stuff that's close by to you. The shortwave tower, it doesn't work at the moment. Nothing electronic works. But I believe when the aurora comes, when it's night, it reactivates a lot of the electronics. Okay, yeah, so this set of stairs here is where you can usually find a book of some description. The books are very useful. They basically allow you to raise your skill in certain areas. This pointy little rock formation is good. So that mountaineering rope that I just picked up out of that crate, which is always there. I don't know if it's always there in the higher difficulties, but it's always here in this difficulty. And basically the whole point of it is it's designed so that you can climb down this side of the cliff. You unfortunately can't get the mountaineering rope back from the bottom, which makes sense given that if you could undo it from the bottom, I wouldn't really be trusting that knot to hold my weight as I climbed down. Cloth is pretty easy to come by in this game. It's easily harvestable from stuff like curtains, or at least in this area of the game. It's easily harvestable from stuff like curtains, from any excess clothes you might come across, things like that. What's really quite valuable is cured leather, which, if I'm remembering my starting clothes in this... Oh, okay. Oh yeah, of course, different starting clothes, duh. Alright, okay, so worn is kind of your worst durability at the moment, so I might actually just repair that. And hopefully get me a little bit warmer. The leather's really good if you've got like your boots. Yeah, so worn running shoes are kind of the worst shoes that you can start off the game with. What you really want, ideally, is your leather for when you get hold of either the sort of the work boots, or in an ideal world, there's like mucklucks and snowshoes, ski shoes, which are pretty warm and toasty. The ski shoes, I think, are better at like, I say motivation, but what I mean is mobility. Mobility is the word I wanted. Okay, so there's a couple of rabbits here that theoretically you can apparently, allegedly, so I've been told, throw rocks at them and basically stun them and then presumably harvest them. I imagine I need a knife for that. I can't throw in this game. I'm really bad at it. So I don't even bother. I go absolute overkill on rabbits. If I get a shotgun, I'm like Elmer fudding it up with my giant shotgun against these teeny tiny rabbits. Honestly, I'm amazed there's any meat left on them when I shoot them, but hey! I also really embarrassingly have to shoot them from like super close range. Okay, so there's some crows here because there is a derailment of a train that's happened over here. Yeah. Shush up on the hypothermia game, I'm fine. So, there's that derailment and there's a corpse down there usually. There's usually a couple of corpses actually, but as the game's pointed out, I'm pretty cold and it is getting dark, which means it's going to get even colder. And where I am is the perfect way to get up to the non-damaged outpost, which has all of these delicious supplies in it. It's usually got a little bit of food, it's usually got some spray paint which you can use to mark off important locations. Because it's so high up, it's really good for mapping out your surroundings from, because obviously the further you can see on a map, the more map you will, or the further you can see in the distance, the more map you'll discover when you use charcoal. Let's see what else is there. There's normally like either a hunting knife or a hatchet up there. Either one of those would be good. I'd prefer a hatchet right now just because I don't have a whole lot of fuel to warm myself up with, which isn't ideal. Being inside will help a lot. You don't tend to freeze as much when you're inside, so at least I'll be able to sleep and be pretty comfy, even if I don't have a fire going for very long. But I am thirsty, which will be a problem, because without fire I can't melt any water. Just not as exciting for you guys if I'm like, yeah, I know where this is, I kind of know where a few possible spawns for good things are, but from here, I'm also reasonably close. Basically, if I follow those train tracks, I will come to an exit from from the Mystery Lake area, and I figure I'll kind of wander over there and see what's up in, I think it's an exit to Pleasant Valley. I'm not 100% sure. Like I said, I've never been there. Oh, okay. So I got a bit of clothing, a worn cotton torque. It does actually tell you how to pronounce it, but I'm okay. Ragged. Right. What I want is that worn one, and then I'm gonna harvest the ragged one because that'll give me a little bit of cloth to craft something else with. Now, sometimes there's like a rifle or a hatchet on this shelf, which would have been quite handy, but alas. So bed, always nice to sleep in a bed when you can, just because, you know, it's nice and comfy. Let's see, what else have we got here? Okay, well, in the corner we've got a stove. Well, I have to figure out where to find it. Okay, bench. Shelf. No, I don't want to open the door. Okay, I'm in totally the wrong corner. Okay, fine. I will sacrifice. I should have lit the fire when I came in. Oh, blimey. Okay, I'm actually freezing. Oh, completely. Okay. I really need to get this fire going. There's the stove. Okay, wood stove. Right. I want to start the fire. I am so cold, I'm going to use some accelerant and really get this going. Okay. Right. Okay, I'm probably not going to die immediately, which is good. I want to add some fuel. I'll add the seed of firewood. I'm basically just going to throw everything in here for now. I may as well drink those Pinnacle peaches. So, because they've got a bit of juice in them, the peaches, it also restores a little bit of my fluid as well as my my hunger, my energy. Okay, so now that I'm not going to sort of drop dead from starvation or anything while I sleep, I'm going to find the bed. You can see I'm wavering a lot because I'm so tired and I'm so cold. So I'm just going to sleep for like 6 hours or so. The game is very generous on how much sleep you do or don't need. I personally can sleep for like 12 hours and be totally fine, and then be like, oh, I'm still sleepy. But no, the game's convinced that like 8 hours of sleep is all you need. Okay, so I'm gonna need some fuel. I probably shouldn't have chucked everything in the thing. Oh well, you know. You live, you learn. It was a poor decision. Okay. Right, but now that I'm not about to pass out, oh look, the ceiling. I can actually somewhat explore this place. Oh, actually, yes, hatchet!
Oh, lucky day.
Hello, baby. So basically, I'm just gonna break down a whole bunch of stuff. And there's that chair.
Tired.
Table, yep. What do you mean you're getting tired? You just had 6 hours of sleep. Why am I so tired? Okay, I need to... Okay, cool. I was right in the corner. Practically on top of it. Yeah. So I've got some reclaimed wood, which would be very nice fuel for this fire. I'll break down a little bit more while I have some water boiling. Oh no, I don't have any tinder. Oh no, I don't have any tinder. I think I can make some tinder from. No, because I burnt all the sticks. Oh, I made some poor decisions, guys. I made some really poor life decisions. Oh, I'm gonna die of being too tired. I'm gonna die of thirst. Oh, this is really embarrassing. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay. I really don't want to be wasting so many. Oh, look, I'm so thirsty. I'm really struggling. Okay. So I guess I'm just gonna need to go. Of course.
Water.
It's like an absolute blizzard out here. It's pitch black. I don't have a lantern. I don't have a sense of feel because this is a video game. Oh man. Oh, I don't know where I'm going. No. I'm stuck. Ah, regrets. So I think that was down. That was down again. Okay, so I'm in shelter. I think that just means I've managed to walk myself in a circle and get back up there. Oh, no, no, okay. Good job. Right. Okay. I'm down. Down further steps.
I need to find some place to escape this cold.
No, what I really need to find is somewhere to get some water. Oh no. I've moved the camera around and now I don't know where anything. Ooh, that's a stone, I think? Okay, yeah, so I'm staring at the ground right now. That makes sense, that checks out. Okay, sky. Right. Okay, I think I've made it downstairs. Ooh! I made it downstairs. I think I fell off a cliff, guys. Oh, yeah, massive internal injuries after falling. Aww. First time I fell off a cliff and died, and I didn't even get to see it. As long as you don't count the one time that I fell off a cliff, I didn't fall off a cliff per se, I fell off a climbing rope, which, similar I guess, but not quite the same. This is a lot more difficult when you're streaming, you know?